Good morning. I am astrologer and numerologist Lateesha Bynum Hinton, and I wanted to talk to you today about the moon in the astrological chart and what that means for you. And so the way that you find the moon in your birth chart is by, you can go to Cafe Astrology and you can put in your birth time, the city that you were born in, and your date of birth, and it will give you your birth chart. In your birth chart, you will see the alignments of the planets at the time that you were born. So you can do that at Cafe Astrology. You can go to astro.com. There are many different sites that you can use to go ahead and pull up this information. But what we want to look at today is the moon in the birth chart. You know, we often talk about the zodiac sun sign. You know, everybody knows our sun sign. So what are you? People say I'm a Gemini or I'm a Scorpio. We know the sun sign, but the moon is something that is not readily known unless you have pulled up your birth chart, because the moon changes signs every 2.5 days. So if you have someone who is a Taurus, you may have two Tauruses together, but they may have two completely different personalities. At the core, they'll be the same because the sun sign, the ego portion of them, and the way that they present themselves in the world, oftentimes the characteristics about how they work may be the same, but that moon sign can really alter the personality, along with the other planets that are in the birth chart. They can alter the personality quite a bit. So we're not just one sign. We are a culmination of all of the planets and all the inter aspects that the planets had at the time that we were born. So when we look at the moon, what is the moon? What does it represent in our birth charts, in our lives? The moon oftentimes represents our perception of our mother when we were children, okay? And it represents what is familiar to us, okay? It is the internal part of us. It is the deep part of us. Oftentimes, you know, it can be said that it is the subconscious. It is tied with intuition, okay? It is feminine. It is the mother energy. So if you have someone, let's say for instance, they have a Aries sun, but they have a Cancer moon. Well, better yet, because both those are a cardinal sign. So let me say we have an Aries sun and a Pisces moon. These are two different energies, right? So on one level, we will see that Aries sun person taking charge and moving out and leading out in things, okay? That's the ego part of him. But the moon part, people who live with you, people who know you at home, that is where the moon part, or the personality or the characteristics of the moon will show up more. Because the moon is the familiar. The moon represents the home, okay, your upbringing. And so with the Pisces moon, this the same Aries sun person with the Pisces moon is going to be at home more passive, you know, more quiet, more just intuitive. The partner may be leading everything and they just go along with whatever is happening at home, but their outward self that they present outside, you know, at work, or if they're a part of an organization, will oftentimes see that ego part, that sun part, that Aries part will be showing up. But then at home, and the people that are closer to this Aries sun person will be able to see that they have a lot of Piscean energy happening in their lives. So it's really important for us to understand the moon in our chart, so that we can understand the inner depths of our needs that we have. Because the sun sign alone, again, is the ego. It's the part that you show to the world. But the moon part is the sensitive part of us. It's the part where we find our comfort and our peace and that which is familiar to us. So when we look at synastry, and synastry is the portion of astrology that links two people together, or not just people, but you can look at two charts. You can overlay a chart of this person here, and then overlay on top of these two charts together, two birth charts, and then it can give the synastry and how these two will behave together, how they will be at home. And one of the ways that astrologers really find out what this relationship is going to look like at home, in the place where you want to have peace and comfort, is to look at those two moon signs. And if those two moon signs are not really compatible, they're at odds with each other, or they just don't understand each other intrinsically, then you can see that they're going to have some problems. It doesn't mean that the relationship can't work, but it will mean that they will have some issues of being able to just intrinsically make the person feel safe, just naturally make them feel comfortable and be able to meet their needs, because the two signs are really not compatible. And so understanding the moon, understanding that mother energy, respecting it, is something that we really need to hone in on. So I will, I posted a video yesterday on the Aries moon and what that looks like. And so I will continue on with that series. I should have done this video first, but I didn't. It just came to me to do the Aries moon video, so I put that up. And so I will continue on with all of the other moons and what they look like, and the characteristics of those moons. And we will talk about compatibility of the moons in some further videos. Okay, thank you for listening. Again, Lateesha Bynum Hinton. Check out my webpage. It's LateeshaBynumHinton.com, and you can also find me on Facebook, and you can find me on Instagram and Twitter. And so thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and share if you do like, and have a good one. Okay, bye-bye.